Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. I'm Marvox. In today's video we're going to be doing another Fallout settlement tour. So as you can see on the map here, we are at Graygarden. I'm kind of really excited to show you guys this one. I've been spending a lot of time building this, so without further ado, let's get into it. So this is Graygarden, and it looks pretty intense from this angle. And again, I've done a lot of building here, so this is kind of one of my larger settlements. It is right across the railroad tracks bridge here from Oberlin. So we toured Oberlin Station last time, which is just over there. So this is the next stop on the, I guess, route up north. So let's get in here. This first thing here is the gatehouse with some guard towers, and they are a little glitchy, so we're just not going to look directly at them. So let's take a look inside. There's this really huge hill. Like, this whole thing is very hilly, so I had to think about how to create buildings on platforms and things. So I've got these like stairs here that kind of make it easier to walk up and down this area without, you know, slipping and sliding. Right here I have a little walkway, or what I call a promenade, basically, which is of course French for walkway, or to walk. It's just a little platform here with a barrier so you don't fall off, but it's got a nice lookout over the river, some benches to kind of hang out, and all of this stuff down here. Great. So these are things that are supposed to be on the shelves in the general store, so I'll have to come back and get those. I don't have enough space in my inventory right now, but anyway, this is the promenade. It's the first stop on our tour. Right here, this is the guard house for the gates, the guard towers. We got some guards up here making sure that, you know, everything's safe and sound out here. They get a nice look at the road down there and the railroad tracks from the settlement over there from Oberlin Station. So let's continue up this hill.
Yes.
Let's go up these stairs, and right here you're kind of in a park. So I put that statue there just because you can't actually get rid of these trees unless you have a mod, and as you guys know, I'm not playing with any mods, so I couldn't remove them. I didn't really want to. I kind of really like having this like natural area here, so I added a little statue there to make it look more like a park. Right there I've got a little Brahmin area with a campfire, so when travelers come through they can stop and have their Brahmin eat and hang out at the campfire. Let's see, I think we're gonna go, let's go this way. So we're gonna go up this way. So as a traveler, again, your first stop would be, you know, making sure your Brahmin's fed. Next, you're just gonna go up these stairs and you're gonna see the original Graygarden farm. I did move these around because they have these like lumps in the ground kind of naturally where the plants were supposed to be planted, but the mut fruit trees were all over this dirt area. So I just kind of condensed them into this spot and had an open area here. I didn't touch the greenhouse building. That was an original to the settlement. I didn't touch that. Just everything inside's normal, so we're not going to really go through there. There is a gatehouse here. So gatehouse right here. Hey, Ada. And let me shut that. She just came through here. Just a little gatehouse, kind of a stop through. I debated putting like a guard station in here somewhere, so like when people come in, it's kind of like they're checking into the station or to the settlement. But there are two other gates into the settlement, so it didn't really make sense because this is the only one that's like this. So there's also a guard station up top with some turrets. So there's turrets here. When this place gets attacked, normally people come from this hill or down there by the road. So I have a bunch of turrets and stuff pointed out those directions. But here is the other guard station here, and you kind of look out down this road towards the west. And if we turn back this way, you'll notice some other buildings. We walked right by this one. So this is the Garden Cafe.
If you're looking to trade, then let's
and it's just kind of like an eating area, you know, nice little spot to hang out, have breakfast or what have you. Over here, and I did this, you can probably see it's glitching there. There's a lot of like weird clipping issues. I had to do this flooring because the wood wouldn't clip, but that one would for some reason. I don't know. Some of the clipping or the snapping in place in this game is a little wonky, so you know. And then there's a little sign right there that says inn, so if you go up here, there are a couple of rentable rooms, and you'd have to talk to the person in the cafe to rent them. So these rooms are basically identical. There's a little hangout, like outdoor area right here, and there's places to sit, but they are, again, basically identical except for one thing. So here's one room. So you've got, you know, your bed, place to store your stuff. For me, I think that this little case here is probably full of like pillows and blankets, just kind of extra stuff, but there's nothing actually in there. And then of course painting on the wall. I thought these abstract paintings really kind of looked like hotel paintings, so I had to go in there. And then this room, again, the only thing different here is the painting. So there's different paintings on the wall, but everything else is pretty much the exact same. So close these. We're going to go down this way. Let's go back towards the middle of the settlement. So again, we got the greenhouse here. I haven't touched that, so we're going to go around this way. Here's kind of an outdoor eating area, and this eating area looks down into the park. So you can just kind of see that. And then I've added some nice little plants here. I thought that they needed it. This is the workshop. So if you've ever been to a Graygarden, you'll know that this is just like a little platform with a little fence around it. So these yellow pieces of machinery can't actually be moved unless you have the remove everything mod. I don't, like I said earlier, I don't play with mods. So these kinds of things had to stay. This platform couldn't be moved. So I had to figure out how to build this whole structure around those things that I couldn't move. So it took a lot of, you know, finagling and moving things into place. You can kind of see a little bit of a gap here, but it works, so whatever. Here's the power generator. We've got our scavenging station, and then up here, this is the rest of the workshop. You've got your armor workbench, your weapons workbench, and your armor station. So your power armor station with a whole bunch of like storage and shelves and stuff. So yeah, this is a really nice workshop, and you've got this, you know, window with a lot of natural light in here so you can see what you're doing. A lot more space than the station, the workshop at Oberlin Station. And this is a garage door. You don't have to go through that one since this is also a doorway, but it does still work. So you just press that button and there it goes. I was trying to figure out a way to open it from the inside as well, but I couldn't get that kind of handled, so it's just open from the outside. So let's go this way. So this way goes towards the residential area, and you've got a clinic and a general store down here. So this building right here is the Graygarden General Store, and down here is the clinic. So this is kind of like a little back alley. I wanted to make sure it was well lit. There's some stairs here, and more stuff has fallen down apparently. I always have to check. For some reason, I can't place items on any of the shelves in either of these buildings. They just like flop out through the walls and floor. It's very strange. Anyway, this is the clinic. You've got the sign up there. And you've got somebody working the counter. You also have somebody back here, or supposed to have somebody back here at the surgery station. And there's like a little table here for any kind of major surgeries. A lot of meds on the floor that used to be on the shelf. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, this is why I don't like putting things on shelves by hand, because all my work ends up being wasted. Anyway, so in here we have the recovery rooms. There's just a few beds back here for when people have had surgery and they need to sleep it off and, you know, get better.
Let's get a look.
All right, so we're gonna go back up this alley here to the general store. We got like a little water station over here because this is where pretty much the whole settlement lives. And again, I had stuff on all of these shelves, and like I told you, just like they flop out through the floor and the wall, and I have no idea why. Like I'll hand place them on each of these shelves, and then it's like the next day, I couldn't even tell you why. Anyway, so this kind of residential area I also kind of call favela, because like there's that housing area in Brazil called the favela where you've got a bunch of houses kind of stacked together in a small area, and that's kind of what I was going for this, and they're all like built into a hillside. So yeah, that's the inspiration I had. Each of them is roughly like a 1 to 2 person, maybe 3 person build, like a house for several different people. I consider this bed a 2 person bed because it's got the 2 pillows, but you know, most of them are not like that, and they don't consider them 2 person beds, but whatever. So we're going to continue down here. I have these little lampposts so that you can see where you're walking at night, because otherwise it'd be very difficult. And there was a cutting board on this table. Things just, I hate placing things in this. Like this settlement here is where I've had the most trouble with things like staying where I put them. Anyway, this is another little house here. So there's 2, or I guess 3 on this level if you include this house here. And I think the next level only has 2. So I like this build a lot. Like I had, I put this little piece here because otherwise this house would have been really tiny and trying to figure out how to put everything together. So I've added this piece, but the problem was like the roof on the other one kind of slanted up, and I was like, well, I don't want to replace that roof because I've gotten everything to snap to it. So, and I couldn't get it to snap to anything else. So I had to figure out how to do that. So I made an elevated platform for the bedroom area and like sitting room and kitchen over here. And they've got a little hot plate for their cooking. So that I had to maximize space here. I think I'm forgetting to close doors. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay. Let's go down here. We got another one of those linoleum tile situations here because I couldn't get the wood to snap for some reason. Like it's fine everywhere else, but for some reason it wouldn't snap here, which was really frustrating. So anyway, we've got some glitching happening, and we're not going to look directly at that because that's going to hurt my eyes. I kind of like this house too, just because of the giant amount of like rock that's in the house. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. So, just another small place. So, the first house I actually built is on the next level. So, all of these are kind of the same. There's a cooking station here. I feel like these are like the biggest of the houses. And so, the first house I built is actually down here. So, they get their own like private balcony, and they have, you know, or get a nice view out here, can look that way. And this one's kind of up against the overpass like support here, just like the one above it. So like that's part of their wall, and you can see some clipping with the metal here. But I kind of like the wood struts, makes it look like there's some support there. So this is their kitchen. I guess I needed to put a little table there. I don't know what happened to that. And then their bedroom areas over here. So they have this nice little place for their wardrobe that's kind of around the corner and hidden. So this would, again, the first one I started with, and I kind of just built up from here. And I was just, you know, snapping things in place, seeing how it was going to go. And when I got these, like, I got, I think, all the way up to this point, and I realized that, like, from the outside, there was still a lot of, like, cliff face here that wasn't covered. So I was like, I need to keep going. I need to keep building. So I added a staircase down this way and added 2 more houses. So this house is kind of like brick house. It was the only thing I could really get to snap. There was a lot of trickiness involved here. So it's just kind of really long, but there's the cutting board. What the heck? Did it drop through two? It dropped through 2. Okay. Whatever. I don't have the inventory space for that right now, so we're not going to worry about it. Anyway, let's keep going. So this was, I think, this house, I think, may have been the last one. No, it wasn't, because it snapped to that one. So this house down here is actually the last one that I built. So again, they have their own little private situation. Oh, hey, there's a provisioner down there. Anyways, they have their own little private balcony. They have a really amazing view of the river and the bridge. And then you come in here, and this is the house. Now, this one I think would still probably be a cheaper house, even though they have great views because of like the rock and mud and grass that's kind of in their house. I don't know. I couldn't do anything about that, but because it's really much, it's part of the terrain, you know, can't do anything. And they don't have a whole lot of storage in here because there's just not a lot of like floor space. So anyway, this was the last of the residential area houses, the favela houses. So I'm going to go back up to the main level. This is going to be a little bit of a long tour because of how big this settlement is. All right, so we're back up at the main level here. As you'll see, there's some scaffolding right here that goes up to the freeway overpass. So that's where we're headed next. I added some string lights up here so when it's dark, people can see how to go up and down. Are you locked out of your own situation here? Here, go in. There you go. These are just a couple of little shack stores, I guess. So we got a weapon store and an armor store, and they've got, you know, they should have somebody working, but I guess he's got stuck. Did he get stuck? Okay, he's not even here. Weird. Anyway, so there's this little path here, and there's a light up sign right there that says Sky Bar pointed up that way. And well, you can see some other building that I did up there. So let's go on up to the overpass. I think I've showed you everything down here on the ground floor, except for the last gatehouse, but it's the same as the first one, so. I'm gonna have to go up these like really slowly because it's very easy to get dizzy on here. So just like super duper slowly. I don't want to cause anybody to have any kind of inner ear or other kind of dizziness because of this. All right, here we are at the top. Okay, so I walled off most of this area just because I don't want people just kind of wander off the edge. Like there is a bar up here, and people get inebriated and don't make smart decisions, and I don't want them to just like walk off the edge. Like that's not cool. So anyway, there's a bus up here that's got some living space. I've got two people that work up here, although one of them probably still lives down below, but it's because they're part of the guard situation. But this I feel like is the house of the person that owns the bar. So they've got a little kitchen area, eating area, hang out, sleeping, all the necessities. And so this is the Sky Bar. This guy's on the stairs. You
Yeah?
need to move, sir. Can you move? Can you move? Thank you. Thank you so much. How very nice. Okay.
Yes?
So this is the Sky Bar. Got some really cool lighting up here, some cool signs, a stoplight, pool table, bench press, that kind of stuff. And then this wonderful view up here from the overpass. You just have this great view. You can see Boston in the distance. So many, just great view. I can't. I built this with that in mind. I had to have the view. And then down here, there's kind of like another kind of hangout space. I know there's not a whole lot of furniture out here, but I kind of imagine people just walking around and standing or whatever. And there's storage back here for the bar itself, and some benches back here with this little like fire trash can thing to kind of help with heating, like in the cold, either cold nights or cold months. Because this is Massachusetts. This Commonwealth is in Massachusetts, so it does get pretty cold. Um, Anyway, this is the Sky Bar. So we got one more level to check out. So let's
Yes?
go on up there. These stairs, these stairs took me forever. I individually placed each one of these like things. So it was like the stair with the platform that I individually placed, and then the next one, and then the next one. It took forever, but I'm really proud of how it turned out. So we're just going up here, and the only thing I have up here is the artillery gun. Because I don't know if I really want to build anything up here, or if I do decide to build, I don't know what I want to build up here. Just the reason why I don't think I should is with the artillery weapon up here, if they have good sight lines all around them, which they, pretty much do, um, they're able to pretty much tell like, hey, there's, somebody needs help over there. The smoke's gone up. And if I build anything, you're going to block some of those sight lines. So I kind of don't want to do that. But anyway, this was the whole build of Graygarden. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And as always, thanks for watching.